Yo, welcome back, y'all, to the Boominverse. Here we are. Today, you see the video title, you see the topic, you see the thumbnail. We're talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Memphis Grizzlies without Ja Morant, without Steven Adams, without Brandon Clark, and we lost game 2, 93-103. It is April 19th at about 8:30 p.m. I did not watch the Milwaukee game as the Laker game was going on at the same time. Milwaukee won by 16, scoring 138 points in regulation. Meanwhile, the Denver Nuggets are up by only 10 now. They were up by 20, so maybe I'll tune into that game now. First, let me talk about the Los Angeles Lakers real quick, though, and why I am so disappointed. So basically, when you look at the box score and the totals of this game, they're eerily similar. The Memphis Grizzlies shot 42.7% from the field. The Lakers shot 41.2%. 1.5% difference, not that different. The Lakers shot 27% from three. The Grizzlies shot 30% from three. Each team had the exact same amount of makes and attempts for free throws. The Lakers had 12 turnovers. The Grizzlies had 10 turnovers. The rebounds are almost identical as well, offensive and defensive. So for all these reasons, right, and we still lost by 10 points, I would still consider that a pretty decent margin, especially considering we weren't really in the game at all. Like, we did not have a chance to take the lead the whole second half. Once they took the lead, they never looked back. They kept going, and I am so disappointed, especially when you consider the stars. Let me neglect the stars on my team real quick on the Lakers, or just the players who are supposed to play better, and acknowledge that because they're in Memphis, game 2, they're playing desperate. They're supposed to be having a lot of players on that team play better. And the only person I can acknowledge that really stepped up for the Grizzlies was Xavier Tillman, which obvious, he had a 10 of 13 from the field, 13 rebounds, even 3 assists, and in 22 points, right? This is a role player we're talking about. This is a third string center, and Anthony Davis was guarding this man tonight, and clearly he just slept. He was just sleeping. There was just no anticipation that this man would be a factor whatsoever, which if that's the scouting report, then that's going about it all wrong in my opinion. Jaren Jackson, he tweaked his ankle earlier in the game, and he kind of didn't have too much of a performance for playing 40 minutes. He only had 18 points. Tyus Jones only shot 4 for 11. Desmond Bane, 6 of 18. That's who you expect to step up like that, and he didn't. Dylan Brooks, 5 for 14. Jared Jackson, 5 for 12. Salty Adama, 0 for 3. Like David Roddy, and he did his thing, right? He was a big body to just put out there in general, right? And also their coaching scheme was really great, but David Roddy hitting those shots, 3 threes. LeBron left him wide open every time. That's just kind of how that happened. Across the totals of the box score and everything and how it came to fruition for the Grizzlies, they didn't look like an overwhelming team, like a winner tonight. They didn't seem like other than the fact that the crowd was really carrying them, and maybe the crowd was the best defense that they were, that really had their back in one way or another, or just the fact that, I don't know, AD getting double teamed all the time. I don't know. The energy was just so off with the Lakers, and it just needed to be right, because again, Ja's on the game. This is a freebie for my team, and they just did not take it whatsoever. So let's kind of transition over to my team right here and talk about why I'm so confused. First off, Jared Vanderbilt, I don't know, team high, +8, only played 21 minutes. The rotation is still like 9-10 deep for whatever reason. We're not playing a backup center at all. And Anthony Davis, I don't care what anyone says, he's a power forward, bro. And he's our only center. He's the only guy we're playing at center. We're basically playing Jared Vanderbilt and Rui Hachimura like backup center, and LeBron. Like, I don't know why I have not heard as much about LeBron keep playing backup center when AD's on the game. Because again, it's just, he's 38. It's not gonna go well whatsoever. And look, my confusion is because Jared Vanderbilt, again, 21 minutes, he played pretty solid. Got 8 rebounds, 8 points in that time, and I thought he did good. Yeah, sure, he's a little not very well matched up with Jaren Jackson, although he didn't have a great game still. And, for that reason, I don't think he should be the one guarding him, which Rui was this majority of the game. And he was doing a fine job. But Jared Vanderbilt still has some value on that court. And the entirety of him being a Laker, he's always had like 20 to 25 minutes, it seems like, in this rotation. And I don't understand why, because we praise him so much for what he does. He just doesn't get that much time. And now, sure, regular season's over, we're in the playoffs now, we're still having that issue. Troy Brown comes in the game, does nothing whatsoever. He's playing I don't know if he's playing the 2 guard. He can't be playing the 2 guard because, he's not guarding. He's not shooting. He's not ball handling. I don't know what he's doing. He's just spotting up and doing nothing else, really. And Malik Beasley comes in. He had a 3. He had a little bit of a spark tonight, but he's been so inconsistent. I cannot rely on him whatsoever. I guess I'm okay with him being in the lineup still, especially for that spacing necessity. Troy Brown, he's not doing it. He needs to be out of the rotation. Dennis only got 15, 16 minutes tonight, and he was not really doing much at all, minus 13 and only 16 minutes, right? And, not really, he didn't really do anything with the ball whatsoever. Sure, I think he can match up better against Ja. He just looked a little sluggish, in my opinion, with the ball. And however, so did D'Lo, right? D'Angelo Russell shooting 2 for 11, 1 of 5 from 3, and 3 turnovers, 5 fouls, right? I don't understand why. I don't understand why our big trade chip, he's not getting the heart. He hasn't gone through any tough stints with this team or with this coaching staff whatsoever. He's just kind of getting all the opportunity to play with LeBron and AD, and he's trusted. When I've seen Dennis Schroeder thrive near Anthony Davis and LeBron James, and especially closing lineups. There was a time where it was like 6-7 minutes left, 4 minutes left, we were within 6. I don't want D'Lo, who's Mr. Inconsistent on this team, especially in the playoffs. He's a playoff dropper historically. Sure, he can be out there to prove himself in maybe a low-risk game because we're going back home and we already stole our game, but that's not the mindset that we need to have. We need to go all out. Rui's having a great game, especially if Anthony Davis and LeBron are not what they are doing, what we know them to do, and we could steal another game because their star player is out. It just doesn't make sense to me how things happen the way they do. Shout out Rui Hachimura, though. Really the best player on the team the whole game. LeBron, I know you're going to look at the box score, 28 and 12. Did not feel that effective whatsoever. He helped spurt a run to get the game a little bit closer, but that's about it. Austin Reeves was fine. I had no problem with him, really. He did his thing. Right, you can't expect superhero nights from Austin Reeves all the time, of course. Anthony Davis shooting 4 of 14 and allowing Xavier Tillman to have a career night is just very disappointing. He had 5 blocks, right? Probably because he's a power forward being asked to do center jobs, and we're not playing our backup center in Mo Bamba. He was in the rotation. He's just a bench warmer, and we specifically got him to protect the rim, space the floor, and we need that right now because we're playing too small. I don't care if they're playing equally as small because of their injuries and such, but we need to take advantage and overwhelm them in some regard, and we're just not able to do so by any means, and it's so frustrating because I see where the opportunity is. And there's just no advantage being taken. There's just nothing being taken advantage of. And LeBron's just looking old. Anthony Davis, he doesn't know what to do with a double team, or a coaching staff does not know how to maneuver, how to fix that situation. And I guess because people just were not hitting shots. Sure, you can attribute some of that to, the team. And again, LeBron shooting 1 of 8 is crazy. But that's really about all, man. I hope we can come back and win in LA. I'm not too confident because of the shortcomings of our team but their team also had a lot of shortcomings, and they're missing their stars, and they're missing key role players and their star. Overall, I think that game was very needed. It was within reach for a little bit, but we just couldn't capitalize whatsoever. Therefore, I still have the Lakers winning this series, but now if it goes to 7, I'm only thinking it's going to happen because they're going to re-implement a John Morant into the lineup, and he's going to be struggling a little bit. And maybe then the team will kind of get a Kickstarter somehow, some way. But otherwise, that's really about all. I'm going to edit this and have to go do some stuff right now. Otherwise, have a great one, y'all. Take care. Leave a like, comments. Hopefully I can edit this and get it out soon. Take care, y'all. Peace.